Hey, love bugs, it's Roslynn back to you one more again. I hope everybody is doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my beautiful growing extended family, thank you so much for the love and support. We're going through so many changes. Sacros are coming like crazy. Your spirit totems are coming in. Just being able to make you become aware of everything that's taking place, the initial actions that need to be taken, and the paths to be guided towards. So with all that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell at the bottom so you know when your girl is about to upload her next video. Also, if you're comfortable enough, drop me a line or two. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback to the content of my video, or you're just telling me about your empathic gift, how it impacted your life and heading you towards a positive direction. And if you feel like the videos are uplifting, informative, insightful, that you would love to share with a loved one, family, or friend, or even a fellow empath that may be going through some trying times right now and just needing confirmation or validation towards life path or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share them. While you're at it, give your girl a thumbs up. I don't know why I just did that. Thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites wherever you see fit. I think I was talking about the description box below. That's what I was thinking about. So I'm hoping you were able to, resonate with the content of the video. And the channel I'm using today is called Love Motives channel. It's called Awaken Your Metaphysical Powers and Psychokinesis and Miracles and Powerful Meditation Music. And I will post their link in the description box below. And the video I'm doing today is Twin Flame 101. Heyokas, your fear could never come acquainted with your strength. Choose the latter. I know one of my love bugs on IG showed a post, and oh my God, they're gonna kill me because I forgot their name, because there's so many people I interact with. But they always put some really beautiful positive posts down that I can truly appreciate. And sometimes I'll watch it and I'm just like, what, I like that. I'm gonna use that as a content and just go off of that. Or I say something to myself and it's just like, dang, that's kind of tight. Let me go ahead and use that too as well. But when you've gone through so many things, and even sometimes it's hard to accept, there are certain parts of your life that how we can point out everybody else's problems, but we can get clueless to our own. We can get Ray Charles and James Brown real quick when it comes to our own issues. Like, we don't know our way out of a paper bag at times on certain situations, but we can have all the remedies for somebody else. It's like that. Sometimes it's really crazy. But then when you're allowing yourself to actually go through that initial shadow work, you're allowing yourself to be responsible for your own actions, the impulsive decisions, the mistakes that you made because of hastiness, or certain things that you allowed to trigger you, allowed that to consume how your way of thinking moving forward, how you approach things, how you let go of things, if you let them go, and those are the things that, fear is based around, like fear, anxiety, depression, uncertainty, doubtfulness, all negative traits is all about, a lot of times when you're stressed out, you feel like certain things have to take place right at that moment. And we get aggravated, like, why is my blessings not here? Why is the things that I'm manifesting not actually here yet? And then it's just like, you're hopeful for it, but there's the back of your mind. You never know, just that vibe, the actual vibe that may be still carried there within your heart chakra, your crown, or even any chakra that you're connected with, where it holds those heavy vibes that it can really throw your manifestation off, because it's like universe only feels the vibrations you're pushing out. It don't have to be negative or positive, it's just vibrations. And it's just your strength holds all that power of hopefulness, gratefulness, showing gratitude, appreciating. It's like, it's a counterweight. And those are the things that can never, if you want to be able to move forward, it's like fear can never be acquainted with that strength, because with fear, it doesn't hold any kind of strength. It holds trauma. It holds, wounds. It holds, uncertainty. All those things are being held right there because of either things that you believe you're like, oh, I'm never going to get out of this situation. If you keep saying that you're not going to get out of your situation, it's taking forever, that's you're building that onto your reality. But then when you're allowing yourself to say, you know what, it may not be working right now, but if I'm taking that progress to go ahead and work on myself, work on my wounds, accepting how certain things just are, accepting that's how a certain person's going to be, accepting that it's a certain situation is going to be, then allowing myself to move forward within that, you're working on your manifestation. And then you're also seeing all the opportunities that has taken place because your focus was on bettering yourself. Your focus was on your growth, on how I can be open to learn all these new different things. I'm open to all endless possibilities. That's why they're doing the I am, affirmations, your mantras, the things that you're truly appreciating. Because it's just like, and I know I say that a lot, but when you have looked at your present circumstances as well as your past and your very, very, very traumatic past, whatever brought you on this spiritual growth of knowing those shadow parts of yourself, of not like the shadow work of the things that's been going on, but parts that was living in that shadow. It was laying dormant. You had to go through these traumatic experiences. You had to be in some kind of extreme traumatic situation, whether it was whatever it was. And I told anybody, it's like almost everybody that I meet that has become awakening, there had to be something very traumatic to trigger that part of yourself that's saying, there's part of me that I know there's something that's missing, that I know there's something I'm supposed to know. There's something that I forgot. And we all had to go through that situation where we're taking our power back from whatever took it, whatever wound, whatever person it was. It's allowing you to go down that voyage of understanding, okay, if I want to be able to get to my manifestation, I got to be into that mode, into that, that vibe of saying, you know what, I'm gonna give it all I got. I know it's not going to be easy. There's going to be some days I want to give up, but then it's going to remind you, those days when you want to give up is going to remind you why you started it in the first place. When you understand that road is not going to be easy, they're going to put 1,000,000,000 whatever type of life lessons that you may go through. You may go through a very bad divorce. You may be going through losing a loved one that has passed on in transition, or you went through a financial struggle, or you found out some deception within your siblings or your family or even your spouse. All these different things are taking place where it's allowing you to know what, these are the things that had to take place in my life. Now, how can I be able to move forward within this? What is it needing to teach me? What am I needing to learn about myself? What am I needing to learn about my surroundings? And a lot of times we can hate about all the different things that we're going through. Because there's times I'll sit up here and say, you know what? There'll be days where I feel like my life is falling apart. I'm just going through so much sadness, so much heaviness. And then it makes me feel good when I get an email, an email or a text message when somebody's asking me something. And I have to be able to relax, relate, release, and just do a woo-saw moment, because it's not the fact is, not saying I initially say, oh, I don't want to be bothered, but there's sometimes I'm like that, because it's like, I don't want to send that funky vibe. Like, you may ask me, and I could be in one of those modes. Like, I'll probably lead you off of top of a building somewhere. And that's not what I'm trying to do. Because a lot of times I don't like making permanent decisions for a temporary, permanent decisions for a temporary feeling, and a lot of times we tend to do that because of certain things that's taking place in our lives. And it's just like that fear that you have gone through, you can never accomplish anything very good. If you're holding fear accountable for everything that's taking place, you're placing blame on everybody else, not seeing your own actions. You're seeing yourself. It's like victim blaming. I've done that for a long time. If there's some times that, I'm like, dang, if I would sound like a victim, that's not what I'm trying to do. I feel like I'm a victor towards everything that's taking place in my life. I'll tell somebody my story, let them understand. And sometimes I don't even let them know what my whole full story is. I feel like if the universe wanted them to know, they'll know, but it's all about what I'm doing in the present, all the things that, is giving me that wisdom that I have. It's like I can feel my energy is different. Even when I be typing up different things, y'all ask me something, I'm like, where the heck did this come from? Go ahead, girl, and be give me my own hit in the shoulder. But then it's just like you have grown so much. You allowed yourself to come in tune with what vibrations is being sent towards you, to be able to understand, even though you may not fully understand your path right now or fully understand everything that's going on in your life. But when you're allowing yourself to focus on your growth, that's when you'll start getting answers in ways you never seen coming. You get it in disguise. It's like blessing in disguise. You may have gone through something. It was very traumatic, but that was a blessing in your life to be able to understand this is where the direction your life is going. Not everything can go in that same direction. Everything has had a reason or a season to be in your life. Then you're getting true intentions about certain situations and certain individuals that you really truly had to understand. Yeah, it may hurt. It may anger you, but at least you can understand, you can respect what that truth was offering you. And a lot of times it's going to be revealed to you towards different things, or you being led down a certain situation that you have no clue about. And I've been in it, and it's just like it's scary, you're taking these new ventures. And it's just like with me, I like to be able, I'm starting to get used. Let me go ahead and retort myself, rewind. I'm liking to challenge myself with my challenges of changes, and it has just brought me out of my shell. Because it's like, if you've been with me for a while, I did strictly videos here. If you didn't get the videos, I just went ahead and posted them and let it just go with itself. But then when I people are like, Roz, I share your stuff on IG, I share it on this, I share it on this social media, I tell my friends about you and stuff like that. And that really makes me feel good. But then that was that was that notification that, what, maybe you need to go ahead and venture off and, push it out on different social medias within yourself. Allow yourself to be known. Allow your story to be heard by somebody that may be really needing to hear that at that time. And then when I allowed myself to do that, there were so many people in my life where it was in my social media. All I had was Facebook at the time. I didn't get into all that other stuff. And I really wasn't in it then. But then when I allowed myself to let go of everybody that was in my life that was not, connecting like we used to, it was just like when my truth came out, it was very disruptive in my life, especially with people I grew up with. So it was just, I initially just took everybody off. I went from 2,500, friends and followers, whatever you want to call it, to maybe 26. Like, God dog, you went through all that, but it was just like, it's not me seeing that I was better than anybody. Like I said, I'm not better than nobody. I don't feel like I'm under anybody or whatever. We're all people trying to make it through this world. We're all trying to heal. We're all trying to grow in some kind of way, shape, form, or fashion. But it was just like, if we're not on that same level and we don't have nothing in common anymore because we done changed our paths for so much, I'm going to just go ahead and release that. It's not doing nothing. A lot of times I kept things on there just because it was an ego-driven situation. So I'm just like, if this is all about ego, you need to let that go, because ego need to deaden down anyway. You need to move in your strength. Because, ego will have you feeling like you have to prove a point to every single person, where you feel like you worried about what people's actions and thoughts are you about the things that you're going through. That's when you're allowing that fear to let go, because you're fearing of what other people think of you. I got to deal with certain situations that I'm currently dealing with now, where people worried about how people are being seen, or if you have an issue with me, you want to make sure I'm being seen it this way. How they always say it's their truth, your truth, and the truth. That, it kind of clashes with the truth that's being said, because they want to be having me seen it anyway. But it's at that point, what you think about me doesn't even matter to me. If it's not making any movements in my heart, in my pockets, or in my soul, or any other, attributes on me, why am I worried about that? And even if it was, why am I still worried about it? Is how I validate myself. And those are the things that you're healing through on these paths that you have been taking. Anytime you have gone through a situation and you don't have faith in yourself, you're being placed in a situation where you have no choice. It's moving for you, either if you can't touch, taste, or see it, or feel it. You have to have that understanding that things are going to get better for you. If you're allowing yourself to move through faith, not by sight, not by touch, but just being able to feel the vibrations, that things are working in your favor, but you had to feel it that way. But if you're working against what's taking place in your life, you're going to constantly be in that same situation. If you're not allowing yourself to acknowledge different things in your life that needs to be let go or what needs to be healed, you're inflicting all those other things on other people, and this it still ain't going to get you nowhere. And a lot of times that gets you in a worse situation that you ever been in, because there's so many different things is coming up where it's trying to tell your attention, hey, these things need to change, or hey, you need to release that person, or hey, you need to forgive that person. All these different things in your life, and until you will learn how to allow yourself to really transcend in that way, you know, there's no strength that's being there, because a lot of times our strength and power is like cast, like a whole human cast from pain, traumatic situations, whatever abuse you went through, uncertainty, all this stuff, all your power and stuff is just being caked on from something that is really ready to be released. And that was the reason why we had to go through these traumatic circumstances, because they felt like, okay, this person has went through a long line of all these things. Now it's time for us to awaken a certain part of them that has been there this whole time, for them to have to recognize their own strength within themselves, showing them they have that power to not allow themselves to react to everything that's taking place, but just observe what's happening, so you know how to move forward within the next situation to move through. Know that everything, even when things are not certain, know if it's something that you're doing and you know you're doing it for good of your heart, not by jealousy, not from envy, not from blocking somebody's blessings, when you know you're doing things for a wholesome reason, by being able to grow, deserving your blessings, or even if somebody's blocking you from your blessings, even when it feels, where it may look like somebody's winning on top, everything is not what it seems. If anybody is doing something unruly, or they're doing it in an egotistical way or a narcissistic way, it may happen for that person, but it's only going to be a touch and go situation. When they're wanting that for you, and even when you are being, like, if you snap at somebody because somebody's pressing your buttons, you automatically get that karma. And sometimes it's messed up for you to have to do that, but it's just a situation. You're already on your road of recovering from healing from all these things, so you know better. They may not be on that road yet. That may be that situation where you're on that path. You grow, you learn, you accept, you appreciate, not hold no grudges. You're allowing yourself to release with compassion, understanding, and all these things. Maybe you getting your blessing is going to teach them to go on that road that you went through. So a lot of people are not, there are so many different things that's going on right now where people are thinking you're crazy, or they're not understanding what you're doing, or it's not logical for you to be able to see past that. You have to understand, people are only going to understand their level of perception. With us, we see deeply, we feel deeply, we understand deeply. Not everybody's mind work like that. So a lot of times you have to nourish your own seed and let them do what they got to do, and just move on. And then when they see that your situation, your battle that you have gone through was just to be able to project towards other people. If you're seeing somebody else get their blessings, but you also see their struggle, they'll show you. That's universe showing you, see how I work wonders in their life. If you let your fears go, I can work this in your life. But there's going to take some things that is going to kind of, shake the boat for you a little bit for you to get there. So these are the things that cannot come acquainted with your strength. For you to be able to be steady with your strength, that fear has to be able to let go. So I hope you were able to get something out of that little video I had to do today. Like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, drop that line. I would love to get a chance to know you. All my contact information is at the bottom. Tell somebody about the channel. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. I would love to give a post notification shout out to Rising Origins, Cash Lane, Harles, and 100 in Krishna, Bethlehem, and Damian Jordan. Much love to you as well. I hope y'all have a blessed weekend. See you on the next video. Peace.